mute button for KMega.
Oh my Lord.
Good evening, everybody. Yes, and welcome to another Tuesday night edition of everyone's favorite M-rated podcast. It's Gaming After Dark. I am your host, Mr. Boom Boom Kaboom is in the room. I have got my usual suspect as well as an all-star panel for you tonight. So this one should be absolute fire. The topics might be light, but we're going to have some heavy opinions. Let's start off by introducing my incredible co-panel member, the man who brings that common back to sense, Titan Drago. What's up, brother?
What's up, everybody? Yeah, 3 guests this week. Awesome to have you guys on with us. I'll tell you what, I'm kind of excited this week because, it's been Valentine's Day. And for Valentine's Day, one thing me and my wife did was we're getting each other new gamer picks and banners from the legend J-Dubs himself. So I can't wait for that, and I can't wait for the show. Let's go.
I got to know, Titan, did you and the wife play Hide the Atari Joystick? All right, everybody. Yes, it's going to be that kind of show, and we got some of the heavyweights from the podcasting scene, starting off with the man from the GRG on Friday nights. It is KMega 408, making perhaps, I can't remember. I swear I've had him on this show before, but I think this might be a second up. If not, it's damn well overdue. KMega.
Yes, thank you so much, man. Really do appreciate it. This is my first time. You know what I'm saying? I get confused with other people named KMega 405, but that's okay. It is what it is. But nah, it's good to be here, man. Great to work with Drago, man, for the first time, man. I've not did any type of podcast with him before, so man, it's great.
I think we did one in Salty's podcast, but that was years and years
wow.
and years ago.
Yeah, that had to be years and years ago.
Years ago.
That boy do not dare want me to come on that podcast. So he would be a fool.
He who shall not be named.
Yeah. That dude would be a fool to bring me on that podcast. But anyway, that had to be years ago. So yeah, but that's been a minute, which kind of shows how long I've been in the game.
Not one that's smoke, because Megan knows how to bring it. Speaking of a guy who knows how to bring plenty of the smoke, the man who brings that peace, love, life to us each and every day on Twitter, a fantastic guest who was here in the past. Glad to bring him back. It's been long overdue. The one, the only Dragon, Heart Yoby. Yes, for the Retro Renegades.
What is happening, Mr. Peace, Love, Life himself, a.k.a. Daddy Hoot Nanny? What is going on? Yeah, Loof, it's been like almost a year.
It's probably been, yes.
I think I was on here last year March, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, you've been on my list of people to get back on here, so it's been long overdue, so welcome.
Well, thank you, I appreciate it. My man Titan Drago, what's going on, bro?
Salute, homie.
Chilling. Yo, is that baby bot?
Yo, shut your ass up, man.
Yo,
now you want to talk tough. Oh, Lord have mercy.
KMega, what's going on, bro?
What up with you, fam?
Hey, fam. Hey, King of Fighters, baby.
Ooh, can't wait, man.
And the final guest this evening is a man you can find on Thursday nights with the Next Podcast. Yes, and he also hangs out with KMega on the GRG on Friday nights. So he's got a busy couple of days as we head into the end of the week. It's the man who's certainly not afraid of an opinionated podcast gangbang. We're talking about Xbox 448.
Yo, what's going on, people? What is up, chat? What is up, panel? And huge shout out to Noof, brother. It is good to be back on here. I want to let you guys know something. When it comes to podcasting, I'm actually rated at an 89, which makes sense because all the ponies out there hate me. They talk mad shit about me, and I realize now it's because I am rated 89, bro. I got to get into the 90s, man.
Excuse me, Noof. I have to say this. Rated 89. You don't even pay your host on next podcast. So what's going on?
I am the host.
KMega need back pay. What's going on, bro?
I need to pay I'm the host. I'm the host, bro. It's on my channel. I'm the host. You say I don't pay my host. I'm the host.
Your guest.
I thought you were rated 69. Aren't you used to looking at things from an inverted angle?
Here we go.
Oh, here we go. Yo, Yobi's been waiting. He's been waiting, man.
I love it.
You know I love you, brother.
Yobi for that slander.
He'll be slanging right now. He's gonna be slanging it.
I'm just saying, KMega was there at the start, so he still ain't got his back pay. What's going on?
And coming in hot in the super chat is
too,
our good
man.
friend from the Retro Renegades, the man who brings the bark and the bite. It's Doggy Dog 420. What's going on? He drops $1.99. Says Tuesday night GAD time. Woo! Absolutely. I see Crazy Louie in the chat. Woo! What's up, Crazy Louie? Iceman, hello. Toolman 55. What's going on? We got Dark Praxis in here as well. Man, Toto Dope is here. Ryan Galloway, what's going on? Spider-Man 356, Timothy Dixon, Casket Repair.
Joe Dunmore.
Joe Dunmore?
Joe Dunmore.
Joe Dunmore. Hey, the boss mod Lethal Pop is ready to throw it on the band hammer and a bonus notice. So keep it light in the chat, people. Keep an eye for those bots to keep showing up in here. And I'm not talking about X-bots either. All right, Jade the Destroyer, Wild Baits. What's going on? Let's get the show on the road. All right, baby. Wild Baits, good to see you, man. Yeah, it's good to have everybody here. Kylo Milo, see Princess Zelda. The list of who's who is up in the chat. Papa Woody.
What's up, Six Slayer?
Yeah, baby. Six Slayer. What's going on? All right, let's get into it, guys. First topic of the evening, Crossfire X. Who on this panel has had a chance to play it? It's getting absolutely lambasted. I've been trying to play the campaign, but it seems to be locked out on my console. I hear that's part of the glitches through the GamePass. Played the multiplayer. Let me just say that I can agree with some of the harsh words for this game. Is it a good look, bad look for Game Pass? Does anybody even give a rat's dink? Who knows? But anyway, who's played it? What's your impressions of it? And do you think perhaps they should have let this game bake a little bit longer? Who wants to start us out here?
Bro, if you don't mind, I can make it really quick because
Yeah, you go ahead, man.
I tried to get into the campaign when it first dropped in the Game Pass, and unfortunately there was some type of glitch or bug or something like that, and the multiplayer was there, but the campaign that you were supposed to get, like the first part of the campaign, wasn't. So I didn't get a chance to play it. And one thing I gotta say is that a lot of people out there that are talking a lot of smack about this game, I noticed they're trying to bring it to Xbox, and I don't understand why. It's not a first party game. It is a deal that they had the game put into Game Pass day and date. It is not on Xbox, any of their studios, anybody like that, to maintain that game. It is up to the developer and the publisher to get that game right. I see people all the time, they're trying to throw it in like Xbox did something. All Xbox did was try to get a game out there day and date on Game Pass, a new game that people would jump in and might enjoy. But not only that, but when it came down to it, I waited a while and they took the game off Game Pass. I don't know if they put it back on there, but they took it off because I uninstalled it. I figure I'll uninstall it and reinstall it. I uninstalled it, went to go reinstall it, and I couldn't find it on Game Pass anywhere. I don't know if anybody else had that issue, but yeah, don't call out Xbox for this. Call it. If you got issues, talk to the developers, talk to the publisher. It's not in Xbox's camp at this point in time, bro.
I'm glad you said that because, of course, yes, everybody's pinning it on Xbox like this was their doing, but it's not on them. This game is just in Game Pass, and that's it.
Yeah, it's a deal. It's just a deal. They had no part in developing the game or anything like that. There was no hands-on Xbox with Crossfire X. You go talk to Remedy, you go talk to the developer of the game originally, and that's who you talk to.
But let me ask you this. Like, this is Remedy's first foray into the first-person shooter genre, per se. The closest they've had to a shooter in the past has been Max Payne. So what went wrong there? I mean, like, how do they come into this picture? Because Remedy right now, like, they're kind of a little bit of a hit and miss. Their reputation's a little bit up in the air. They got slammed for Quantum Break. They kind of got probably over loved for Control, and now they're being hashed in here with this whole hum campaign, so to speak. So what's going on?
I think the whole slamming for Quantum Break is absolutely unjustified. Anybody who has played that game and can be honest with other gamers out there will tell people exactly what type of experience that was. That game had an awesome story. I love the sci-fi in it, and the ending screamed for a sequel. But at the point in time that game came out, it was all about resolution. And the biggest thing I remember getting when it came to games, they're like, I don't know if that game's any good. What's the resolution? And I'm like, yo, guys, the resolution has nothing to do with if the game is good or not. Just try it out. Play it. Like it is good. It's a quality title. I had a lot of fun with it. But when it comes to Remedy, I mean, yeah, they never did a first person shooter, so you might, you give them a little slack for that. But they're a veteran development studio. They've been around for a while. So how much slack can you really give them if there are a lot of issues? Again, I have not played the campaign. I wanted to check it out. I wanted to see kind of like what they would do in the first person shooter space, but I haven't been able to play it yet. And again, I gotta check GamePass to see if it actually came back.
Now, for me, I've been playing it. Well, I've played it on and off. Because I've caught into the other game that publisher has been playing, which I've been playing the hell out of, which is Lost Ark. That game plays fantastic. So it is kind of a crazy situation while the creator of Smite can sit there and can make Crossfire X, and then you also got a game like Lost Ark, which they're completely two different games, and one game is getting all the praise, all the love, and while Crossfire X, on the other hand, is getting railroaded. Now, again, I understand a lot of the criticisms because, some people will look at it and not understand that this game is kind of like a remaster, I would say, of Counter-Strike. They have a modern mode, and they have the old-fashioned Counter-Strike type of mode. But the one problem where I can understand why people – well, I can definitely understand why people are criticizing it is that how are you going to give us the same map that we played like 2 years ago in a beta, and that's the only map that's available, online through the classic mode, and then also with their search and destroy, just one map, and then also with this. I understand you got to do balancing, but it shouldn't be that hard, and so. It's warranted for the criticism that it's getting. It's not the prettiest looking game in certain situations. And then, of course, it came in and it had bugs, and then this game was delayed. So I can see all of the criticisms. But the one thing I will say, and I've said this on Twitter, some of the feedback that I got, some people didn't really like what I had to say, but I don't really give two shits about that. I'm just saying, look, don't come out here and talk bad about Crossfire X, but then you still capping for Battlefield 2042, because both games definitely have their issues and their problems. And if you're over here still trying to talk up Battlefield and it's better now and it's this, that, it's still in the same type of wheelhouse as Crossfire X. Both games, I would say that you would want to put it in the oven. I see now Xbot that they have seemed to be to fix the single player that was locked, because it's updating right now for me, because I'm always usually when I'm doing podcasts,
let me check my GamePass now.
So go and check it. So, but yeah, no, I mean the game. I think the biggest problem with Battlefield, and I can be the blame for that as well, is the hype. Because I was excited for what we've seen in the trailers with Crossfire X, and I'm like, oh my god, like Remedy's working on this story. I'm a huge Remedy fan. I love Quantum Break. It's definitely one of my favorites. Control, it's a little more difficult to get into, but I do like Control. I do like what Remedy does. So I'm stoked to want to play it, but then when it's locked behind a paywall, and I'm like, what? I got to pay like $9 to get it. I'm like, what? No. I'm already not satisfied already right now.
Careful, KMega. Careful when you talk about like saving money and stuff like that when it comes to the games, because people out there on social media, they're eyeing your wallets with binoculars, man, and they're like, yo, you are a poor ass gamer. You don't want to pay for games, man. You better watch out.
Man, whatever.
GamePass, people are freaking welfare.
Hey, man, let me be welfare. Give me the food stamps. I got the car. I'll scrape the card. Give me the paper. I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna spend, but I'll spend that like that's regular dollars. It don't matter to me, man. Budget gaming is all right. There's nothing wrong with it. As many games, I got like 800 games on my Xbox. I got 120 games on my PlayStation. I got like 300 games on my computer, and I got about like 10 games on my
That's right.
on my Nintendo Switch. Can't nobody tell me about it. I don't sit
What
there
you're
and
saying
buy
is
games.
you'd rather be broke with 500 games to play than be the broke guy with only 3.
Right, and just and cap it
Makes
for
sense.
everything that looks good, but you got to
Yeah.
wait until it goes on sale. Forget that. Budget gaming for life. So for me, look at this overall is that Crossfire X does deserve to be ridiculed. There should be no reason for a game to come out that lackluster when it comes to the multiplayer aspect. I have not played the single player. I've heard some good things about that, but from what I've seen from scores, which I don't give to a rat's ass about scores or anything like that, but I see from where people are saying like it's warranted. That's fine. It deserves it. It deserves to be better. But Microsoft getting ripped for it, it just doesn't make any sense because if this was something, if this was a part of Xbox Studios when that game first popped up, then Xbox should definitely be talked about. But other than that, I just think it's ridiculous that people are just even mentioning Xbox in the same sentence.
Before we chime back in, let me catch up with the power chat coming in from our good friend Powerman 4K. He drops $5 and says, shout out to the panel, Xbox or Xbot. That exorcism mission though.
Oh my goodness, bro. Oh my goodness. Yo, Sabathun, she deceived everybody, brother. She deceived everybody. But yo, Noof, one thing I want to throw out while we're talking about this, just real quick. One thing it makes me proud to be in this community. When it comes down to it, and a game drops in Game Pass, and it's a game that has been marketed, it's been talked about and stuff like that. And when the bells aren't ringing and the whistles aren't blowing, and the game's not right, this community, like what KMega did, came out and said, yeah, that this is not right. One map, that is not right. What are they doing with this? That is not right. That makes me proud to be a part of this community, because I see extremists on the other side of things that'll absolutely defend any game that comes out or is promoted by PlayStation, and it's got to be perfection. And if you see glitches or anything like that, you're just nitpicking. And this game is great. It's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. And I love the reality that's within this community and people that aren't afraid to come out and be like, you know what? Nah, this game is not what it's supposed to be. And we gotta let the developers know about that. Yeah,
absolutely. Let's catch up and get opinions in here from Yobi and then Titan Dragon to finish it up. So Dragonheart Yobi, jump in here and give us your take on this game and perhaps give us another angle. Do you think this is mostly to bolster Game Pass numbers, perhaps in overseas, like in Korea, where this game is immensely popular? Like I think a lot of people, as I said on one of the other podcasts, are very, they're looking through the narrow glass here. There is a bigger picture at play, but at the same time, there's positives about the game. Like it has, I guess, the word potential, but unfortunately, it's ruined by a game that, like 15 years ago, perhaps we would have given this game a little bit more slack. But in today's multi-competitive shooter space, it's just not good enough to come out as bare bones as it is. Elaborate on that, Yobi.
It's all about reach, to be honest. I think one of the reasons it is in Game Pass, because like you said, it's popular over there. So once it is popular over there, you want to bring some of those people onto the system as well. And for the people who are over there and bringing those guys to the console space, they're gonna have issues about it as well, because okay, well on the PC we have this, but on the console we don't have this for Crossfire X. So it was gonna be issues from day one. The single player be like the day before release, I bought it. I paid the whole 25 because like oh crap, they said it's gonna come to Game Pass. I'm like nah, I gotta support. So I paid the whole $25. I finished the first campaign, sick, badass. Probably when I'm done playing Cyberpunk, maybe like 30 minutes, I'm gonna jump on the part 2 of the campaign and I'm gonna experience that. Then after I'm done with that, then I'm gonna jump wholeheartedly into the multiplayer and get some gaming in. My only thing with the gameplay is they move too damn slow. That's my only issue. The shooting mechanics is fucking fire. Other than that, that's my only gripe is they move too slow. like as you're walking. I think they need
Which
to
mode
speed
do you
it.
prefer, the classic mode, or you like the what's another modern? Is it modern and classic?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's modern and classic. Yes, I played classic mode with Hyperfang from my boy from Gritty's podcast, and he wanted to play. Particularly, he was having a good time, but playing with him was a really good fun time. I preferred the classic mode, but again, like I said, it's bare bones. It's not enough meat on the bone to fully enjoy.
But yeah, as I was saying, like I said, like the only thing I jumped in was the part 1 of the campaign. I'm gonna jump in part 2 campaign
Right.
when I'm done with Cyberpunk. Like I said, game is fucking amazing. I love it so far. Love the story. A whole bunch of what the fuck moments. Like I said, it moved too slow. They just need to speed it up a little bit. Even when they're running, just speed it up a tad bit. Other than that, I like it, and I can't wait to jump into part 2 of the campaign. Then after that, I'm gonna jump into multiplayer. So that's all I have to say about that for now.
I'm glad you're here and you're giving us a difference of opinion.
Thank you.
And as I said to anybody, and I'll say to anybody in the chat or anyone on this panel, play it for yourself. Don't just dismiss it because of our opinions. Play it for yourself and make up your own mind. It might not be your bag, but like Yobi said, he enjoys it. So there you go. I want to play the campaign, and it says it's locked out for me, so I haven't been able to try it. That's what got me interested. As soon as I heard Remedy was involved, I was like, damn, I got to go try this.
Yeah.
But I haven't been able to try it yet, so I will go back to it when I guess it's cleaned up and I can get in there. So we'll figure it out from there.
Hold on, Noof. I don't know if it's good. Like what's the resolution, man? What's the resolution? I don't know if it's good. I don't know the resolution.
What the resolution is.
Actually, it's not about res anymore. It's all about frames per second. People are like, yo, the game has to be 60 frames per second. What's
It's
the
60.
FPS, guys? I don't
It's
know.
60.
Oh, okay. So it's good then. It's good
60
then.
60 performance mode and 30 and 30
should
on
be- it should be
I
good
guess
then.
the ray tracing. What do you
1080
call
60 is fine on a shooter as
Yeah.
long as it doesn't drop below that. I mean, it's
Right.
frame rates as paramount, right, on a shooter.
But when you play it on the graphic mode, like you play on a graphic mode, it's you got to jump directly back to 60 because you're just so used to that smooth gameplay, you know.
Yo, Noof, somebody made a great point in the super chat. Oh my goodness. Go ahead, Power Man.
All right, can I read that, Benanuf?
Well, I got one before we get to that one. Adjuradas Theonosis, he drops a 337 in the super chat, says you're all awesome, great work. Well, thank you, Adjuradas.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Good to see you here. And then Power Man 4K dropping $2. Take it away.
All right, Power Man 4K, thanks for the super chat. D said Destiny had a 69 meta, and look at it now. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing
fact,
but facts right there. Over 1 million pre-orders on the new expansion. So many people playing that game. Yo, KMega, do you remember our boy the Don said the game was dead? Remember he said that? The game was dead,
That is
bro.
true.
I can't sit there and speak on that. You know what I'm saying?
He's like, I'm not co-signing that shit. I'm not co-signing that at all.
I cannot confirm yet deny. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, shout out to the Don, man. That's my boy.
People love pulling the life support plug on video games, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Every
Yes,
time.
they do.
And look at it now, owned by Sony. Hot damn.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
My thing on this Snoof is I'm kind of the opposite. I didn't get this at all for the campaign. I got it for the multiplayer. I remember when I played
it, I was going to invite you the other night, but yeah, I never got around to it.
I remember when I played the beta, however long ago that was, seems like forever ago. I was like impressed with the beta. I was like, oh, this is a beta. It's going to improve, yada, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. And then this comes out and it's like, this is supposed to be a AAA shooter. However, it's got like literally as minimalistic maps as humanly possible before, literally one map per game mode.
They just want you to memorize your environment. That's all that is. They want to make sure you know the map.
Environments ain't even that big. It's like 3 lanes. Fucking
walk 3 feet, get shot. Walk 3 feet, get shot. And the little guy is kind of glitching across the map. Like now you see him, now you don't. Like what the fuck is going on here?
But I'll tell you this much: you look at the battle pass. And it looks pretty impressive. I think it's apparent to me the battle pass is where they spent most of their time on with their last delay, because like the skins and guns and that looks pretty impressive to me. All the work they did on that battle pass, because everything else in the game doesn't live up to that battle pass. I mean, I played it with my son Rocky. We had fun. but mostly because it was like, the father-son bonding aspect of it. You know what I mean? So, but let me tell you this much. The game is the most unbelievably unbalanced game I have ever seen. And I'm talking worse than the closed alpha of Fable Legends that never even came out. It's got worse balancing than that game. I'm not kidding. The infected mode, I don't know if you guys have played that, but the infected mode, so everyone starts the map, and in X amount of seconds, there's a random number infected. Just, they're infected randomly. So the infected only have to hit you once to infect you. They have 4,000 health. They regenerate health, and they respawn. And then humans get like 4 clips of ammo, which is like enough to kill like 2 infected. So humans, like, it's just you're just absolutely fucked. There's no fucking way you're surviving. Also in the mode where like there's one invisible team and they get a knife, and like everyone else, they have guns and they're visible,
Well,
everyone gets 1 life. You play that mode?
Ask me about that. That was weird, because in most other shooters, you press the melee button, you instantly melee. And this one, you press your melee button, which at least on my control scheme was click down on the right stick. And then basically what your dude does is just pulls out his knife, and then you have to press your trigger button to use said knife.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of weird. That really took me out of the, like, what the heck? Like, you're going with these really archaic, weird designs. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know if it's going for realism, but
well, no, it's going straight.
because
They're pulling that straight from whatchamacallit that we mentioned earlier. What game was that?
Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike. Thank you.
Yeah.
They're pulling that straight from Counter-Strike. And this is what this is a modern clone of Counter-Strike. It's just done.
I just pulled up the review that IGN gave it, and this is at least directed at the multiplayer. There's a whole array of issues that made every match an agonizing tribulation. It's chock full of ill-conceived modes, cringeworthy maps, laughably bad controls, and bizarre bugs that are somehow the best part because they made me laugh during an otherwise extremely depressing time spent playing.
I didn't get any of those funny bugs, but I thought it was cool as hell until I played like a few games of that. One team is invisible with knives; they have to sneak up and knife you basically. But then I basically woke up one game and realized, oh my God, the invisible team is just screwed. They're supposed to be like the hunters because they have a knife and they're invisible, but it's actually the other way around. Like the visible team with guns, like they end up doing the hunting of the whole game. So that's fucking backwards, man. Super unbalanced. You drop really fast that you have to knife them like 2 to 3 times before a guy dies. It's just so. My biggest thing with this game is just the absolute unbalanced nature of it all. And like also the modern mode had some kind of like aim down sight glitch. That shit wasn't funny to me. That was the biggest thing that pissed me off during the whole
I heard it would pop you off. It would
Yes.
pop you out of ADS after a couple shots or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
just randomly. Like sometimes after a couple bullets, sometimes after 6 bullets. It was just it was definitely a glitch. There's no rhyme or reason to it.
I mean, graphically,
Titan, if you really want to get into competitive FPS, I got a game for you, and the multiplayer is free to play, and it's called Halo Infinite. If you want balance, that's where you go, bro. No lie.
I'll give you that much. That game was pretty balanced when what I have played of it.
Somebody must bring balance to the voices.
I'm playing the story campaign right now. It is available, so it is up for everybody out there.
I see that up on my screen as well.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, and it looks like it's going to be pretty enjoyable to play. Problem is that I would look at this. I mean, because it looked like it's going to be kick ass, right? Because I'm going through it right now, but unfortunately, it looks like it would be Xbox One, early Xbox One game, graphically. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you would think you would get a little bit more polish into it, but again, I could go with games if they're not strong graphically, cool. If the game is enjoyable, that's cool. But for the offering so far, because there's also another story mode too that is locked behind a paywall. I don't know if that, I can't remember which one it is, the Catalyst or whatever, but I want to try that one too. But So far, I mean, this got a lot of like Call of Duty type of action going through it right off the bat, right off the start. But yeah, no, I mean, but no, this isn't in the contention of trying to be game of the year or whatever. This is just, I don't know, man. Maybe I read somebody in the chat say maybe they put a lot more focus on Lost Ark instead of this game.
Well,
I might could agree with that. But
let me ask you this: and why do you like? Obviously, this game was delayed. It was supposed to be out sometime last year, and it got pushed. And based on where this game, the build is, it's like this is probably the shocking part. While we're going back and adding stuff. So, like, why did they feel the need to release this now? Because I think this has done them more damage than if they had to wait longer and been a little bit more fleshed out. I mean, when you're building a game like this, I get what they're going for, but at the same time, when you're looking at the competition and you're looking at the fact that Halo is free and there's all these different things, and you throw this right in the middle of the mix, and if, like I said, if you're not planning to at least contend to be a contender, then why even bother being a pretender? Do you know what I mean? Like, why almost drop this now? Is it because because there was nothing else? Because Call of Duty this year kind of slipped a little, and certainly Battlefield slipped quite a bit from its notorious franchise.
I feel like Remedy thought that they could step in and do a really good job, and I don't think they realized how much work a true AAA first-person shooter. I don't think they realized how much work and how much, I guess, ingenuity it takes to create a successful one. Because what they did for this, it's not a formula for success. It doesn't have a battle royale. Like, I don't know how many times you got to say it. A game needs a battle royale to maintain longevity. I think that's just a fact in this day and age. Unless you're throwing out updates like Fortnite is. If you're not throwing updates out like that, if you don't have a battle royale, your longevity is going to be hurt, and you're going to lose a lot of fans.
So let me ask Yoby this. Yoby, are you like a big Counter-Strike Go fan then?
Never played Counter-Strike.
Okay, because I was going to say that perhaps if you were a big fan of Counter-Strike, perhaps that's why you're leaning a little more to liking this game, because it draws more similarities with that title than perhaps it does with Battlefield or Call of Duty, obviously. And I mean, and visually wise, the game is not bad looking. It's certainly not an ugly looking game, and like I said, the frame rates are relatively good and stuff like that. But it's just like I said, it's that bare bones, that one team deathmatch map, and I mean, I guess they just want you to keep buying this in slices, buy it by the slice instead of getting the whole pie, but not quite the way to go. I don't know.
And if I ask your question,
$25 though too. So I mean, let's not. I mean, once you see a game that if it was $40 or $50 and then this was the offering, then I think people should devastate this game. But if the game is only $25, and on top of that, it is in Game Pass, so I think people should cut it a little slack. But on that aspect, but I will say, these are one of these games. This is where, and I say it too, this game does have potential, but it's just going to be one of those games that later on down the road, will enough people still be playing the multiplayer, for it to be sustainable to where people can say, "Oh, now I see, now I get it." You know what I'm saying? Because if they keep on dropping like story modes, like this is entertaining. I'm having fun playing the story mode. Yeah, there's no doubt. But the multiplayer wise, they're going to definitely have to do more and to do. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, they're going to have to add a bots mode to the game because they're going to have nobody playing this thing in a couple of weeks.
Spider-Man, when Halo Infinite outlasts Smite, you let me know. All right, buddy?
Oh, it will. Oh, it will, bro.
Thing is,
blasphemous.
Noof, I'm asking your question. What are we doing here? I'm asking that question when your game releases and you release a first-person shooter game and you have an aim-down sight glitch in it. That's where I'm asking, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Do we really not know what the fuck we're doing? Because the key fucking aspect of your game is fucking glitched and broken, man.
It makes me wonder, because you said, and I've heard this in other places, the game is really big in Korea. Makes you wonder what their standards are when it comes to games.
Yeah, that shit comes to the West and we shit on it, man.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Well, let's just hope it's popular in the right part of Korea, not that North Korea with Kim Jong-un. That might explain everything, is it?
Oh,
Yeah, he makes them all play it. That's why it's so popular. You must play Crossfire X.
This is our military sim. This is our military training. Training game.
Don't forget to buy those skins. Buy all the skins.
Oh shit!
We are Remedy. We find out their own.
See, when it
Remedy's
comes to
owned
Remedy,
by.
I'm gonna give Remedy a little slack here, and I was thinking about this while everybody was talking. They're doing a story like they're stuck with assets being used from another development team to bring them over and to create the story mode, the campaign. So, like, they're dealing with other people's dirty laundry in making their single player, their campaign, addition to this game. So I'm going to give Remedy a little bit more slack than I normally would with the stuff I heard about this game. Yeah.
Fair enough. Any further thoughts though on Counter-Strike? I mean, obviously the one thing is, well, it kind of gives Game Pass a little bit of a bad look here. And I know, like I said, I know Yobi likes it and he's okay with it, and that's fine. But I think the consensus is, I mean, if you look at the reviews I've been reading and been looking at a lot of the people that, even people like Des and Legary and like these kind of influences, and they're just raking it over the coals. So there's definitely something can't be right. You know what I mean?
I want to see the number that Phil Spencer gave Remedy to put this game on game, and it's exclusive to Xbox, timed exclusive. So I'm wondering how much they gave him, man, because odds are he overpaid on this one.
Yeah, I think the story is exclusive to Xbox only, but the game is timed. But this is how I look at this: is that this shouldn't be even talked about. Game Pass shouldn't even be talked about in a negative way just because of this game, because we just were talking about how Game Pass has been batting 1,000 in the last 3-4 months.
Yeah.
So when you look at the quality of titles, I mean, just think about this. There's titles that's in Game Pass that's higher than Horizon Forbidden West.
Right.
So it's not a Game Pass problem. This is the one thing I love about Game Pass, and maybe we'll like about Spartacus if PlayStation gets their head out their ass and decides to put games day and date on their exclusives day and date on Spartacus going forward, is that it takes all types of games to attract all different types of games. You know what I'm saying? Just like we were just talking about, this game is very popular in Korea, things like that. This might be a reason for a person to say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and buy a Series S, or even maybe a Series X if that's what they want. But that's
if they can find one.
Right. Just because, you know what I'm saying, that's everybody has a different type of taste and desire when it comes to games, music, cars, everything. So people try to put games into one basket and think that it's like, oh, well, you know what? Everybody should like the same thing, but that's not how it works. And so that's why I love Game Pass, because they give you a little bit of everything and you just get what you want. You know what I'm saying? It's a smorgasbord.
This game is like a lady wearing that hard to get off bra. Has tons of potential, but of course you're just stuck trying to get the brace off the back. So there you go.
Yeah, I could go with that. Or yeah.
Come on, damn it. I know it's there, but I can't get this damn thing off. Oh, crap. All right. Let's get in, since we're just about into the halfway mark of the show here, let's bring in the Ask Arnold segment of the night. Let's get this out of the way. And again, shout out to the chat. You guys are amazing. The man who got them horns. What's going on? Dark Practice, P Firebird, Timothy Dixon, Dog Eat Dog, Axel 1324 is in the house. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. And the list goes on. Kylo Milo's here in the house. What's happening to Kylo Milo? And so on and so forth. All right. We got all the next level gaming crew up in here. I see Mr. Mike Mullis. We got Peter and Chris Fastback at HTK. What's going on, guys? Good to see you guys in the chat tonight. Thanks for your support. Jesse Darby, what's happening? Good to see you as well. Dreadpool, cheers to you, my friend. Glad to see you in the chat. But anyway, let's get over the Ask Arnold. We can start with the panel and our guest. Who's got a question for Arnold tonight?
I'll start it off. Arnold, it's not much of a question, just like I want you to reenact this, okay? So, Arnold, I want you to pretend that you just got created and you came out with the quality of that video games come out with nowadays. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? You got to act like you got released in today's video game market with bugs and
So what you're trying to ask me is basically I'm coming out of the vagina and all of a sudden I can't get my head out. I'm kind of halfway in and halfway out. I'm kind of stuck. So I'm not really a great game. I'm not really a bad game. I'm somewhere in the middle. Is that what you're trying to ask me here?
Something like that, yeah. Now act like you just came out of the vajayjay like that.
I finally see the daylight. Let's go. Get me out of here. It smells like dog shit up in here. Let's get out. I need to get out of here. Enough of being tied up in here. Let's go.
Wow.
Hey, Arnold. I need you. It's going to be a role-playing thing again. All right. How would you're the main character in Cyberpunk 2077. How would you tackle Night City and Pacifica? That futuristic punk type world, man. How would
I would never get anywhere in the game because the moment I get to the part where I meet Pan Am, that's it. It's game over. I'm going to be there. I'm not going to leave the junkyard. I'm going to be feeling her buns, looking at her buns. I'm going to be admiring Pan Am. Yes, indeed. She is a hot tamale. I want to have a little piece of that action. You know what I'm saying? Why would I be out there getting my ass shot when I could getting my ass robbed with some Pan Am up in here?
What was the other one's name? Susie, was it? We got to have a poll in the chat. Pan Am or
Judy.
Judy. Pan Am or Judy in the chat.
I bet you Judy like Pan Am too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Judy looks like the one that can go both directions. That's what she looked like in the mirror. She go any which way you wanted it, which is probably really good. If you don't mind sharing, then sharing is caring. Bring more to the game. Let's go.
Oh man, the mechanic. I mean, the bar chick. That was the one that I was hyped for, and then that story went left. But yeah, no, Pan Am for the win.
I like the Android chicks. You never got to bring the lubricant. They're already greased.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah! Hey! I thought I was going to smash too. I'm not even going to hold you. I thought that was going to go down. I was like, you know what? I did this favor for you. You know what's
Hey, we got a chat. We got one here from Princess Ella. Read it out there, Drago.
Arnie, how was your Valentine's Day?
It was friggin' terrible. I did nothing out there. I had no maids around, and I had to spend it with my stinky ass donkey. I mean, what the hell? So maybe next year I'm going to have a great Valentine's Day, and here we are the day later, and I'm spending it on this show with you fucking asshole.
Oh, man.
You ain't getting anywhere quick, that's for sure.
Well, I'll let me ask this question. Okay, so my Rams won the Super Bowl, but there was a Super Bowl commercial with you in it with Selma Hayek, out of all people.
Oh,
I thought it was a movie, and I was about to say, when can I sign up and go see it? But it was a commercial. No, it's a commercial.
It's a movie too.
Well, we got a new movie coming out.
Zeus and
Hera.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah. So, what the question that I have for you though is, how was it to sit there and to just be in the presence of Selma Hayek?
Oh, that lady is legendary. She's amazing. And when we look at her now, she's woman is 50 years old, and she looks incredible. She's only getting better with age. You know, and all I can do now is when I'm looking at her hourglass figure, I'm looking at that movie that she was in when she did the voice acting for what was it, Sausage Party, and she played the taco. Oh God, I really like to slide my wiener inside of her taco bun. Let's go, Selma Hayek. Let's do it. Come on. I want to see some jiggly puffs on my chin. Let's go.
Let's go, Arnold, my man. That's what I'm
Yo, Arnie, I got a question for you, man. This is away from gaming.
Right.
When are we gonna get Demolition Man 2?
When we can get that asshole Stallone off his lazy ass, he wants to make about 1 million Rockies. I don't know. He's probably going to be on the Rambo 10 before we get Demolition Man. Bring back Wesley Snipes. Let's go and do it. Come on, Stallone, put me in there. I want to be in a Demolition Man with you. Let's go and do it. Maybe get John Cena. You know what? Let's get Steven Seagal in there. We need to kick the shit out of him.
Oh, hell
okay,
no.
let's get that asshole in here. That guy who can't act with the crap. Let's get him in here. Let's go do it. Demolition Man to start the petition.
I will watch that movie just to see Seagal get his ass whooped. He needs more movies with his ass beat. For real.
Yeah, we've yet to see Rambo dried up blood yet.
We got Adjurados Henosis, another $3. Arnold, will you play the GoldenEye remaster when it comes out? I will play the golden eye. I will give you the pink eye. I don't care what kind of eye it is. Just give me the game. Oh, don't do it. Let's come on, put the remaster in and do the graphics. But you know what? Take out the Pierce Brosnan. Take out that other guy, the blonde weirdo. Get rid of him and bring in me in the game. I should be James Bond. That'd be the coolest Bond ever. I'd be going around in the car with lots of gadgets. I'd be firing rubber dildos at all of the enemies. Because yes. If you don't like the car, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Yo, Arnold, I got one more question for you, man, because you brought the name up. Dude, Peacemaker, starring John Cena, seems to be a hit show, HBO Max. Have you seen it, and what are your thoughts, if you have, about John Cena's performance so far?
I think John Cena's great. He's doing awesome. That role was meant for him, peacemaker. But unfortunately for me, at my age and my heart problems, the only role they're going to put me in is pacemaker.
Oh!
Yeah.
All right, guys. I think that's all of the questions we'll have for Arnold for tonight. Don't forget Safe House Sam coming up at the end of the show. That should be a doozy. All righty, let's move right along, guys. Let's talk about some of the next topic. Let's talk about just in general the whole Metacritic scores. We're probably sick of it.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. But why is it like when did this narrative start that a game that scores less than 90, and whether it's on Xbox or PlayStation or Nintendo, is automatically kind of looked at like it's dog crap? Like, where does this come from? Why does it exist? Is it just strictly a console fanboy narrative? What is going on? I mean, I had more people retweet and comment on my comment. I think was it this morning or yesterday morning, and all I said was I was just basically urging Xbox fans to not stoop down to the PlayStation fanboy level of making fun of an 89 Metacritic, because I know they've done that shit to us. I get it, but let's be better than them, and let's just give them their small victories and just move along. But man, I had so many people hit me up and say the craziest crap, and the only thing I concluded was, my God, these fanboys are for freaking real, because they were just going on and they were like, oh, well, they've been shitting on us Xbox guys for years. So only fair is fair. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Titan, let's get you to start off on this one. I know you could probably go on a rant about this. How do you feel about this whole Metacritic crap? And should we even put much weight into it?
I hate Metacritic when it comes down to it. Bare bones. I can't stand it.
Good job, Titan. I'm so proud of you, bro.
And why is because it's all opinion based. We need to I need to develop my opinionless based rating system where it's just like, does the game have this? And every game should be rated differently depending on what genre it's in. If it's a first person shooter, it's got to have one set of criteria that all first-person shooters will be judged by. They have to have the same criteria. You have to judge things by the same, no matter what fucking game it is, no matter what console it comes out of. You have to judge them all the same way, and Metacritic doesn't do this. It's a flawed system broken to its core. Mm-hmm. So, as far as the people saying things about, like, if it's a bad game or if it's a good game, no matter what it scores on Metacritic, if it's not a 90, it sucks. And I've seen a lot of crazy things, but it's like, if you hear or read something on Twitter, and this happens often, and it's so unbelievably stupid, it's like you feel obligated to let other people know, to basically watch the hell out. It's basically like a warning. Hey, this motherfucker is as dumb as a box of rocks, and I'm gonna name drop fucking Woolly Gamer. That motherfucker is as dumb as it comes. Wow. Someone else have at it.
I love the name drops up in there. Yeah, bring it.
Yo, if you don't mind,
let go first. Go ahead.
Noof, you're asking for the origin of all this Metacritic nonsense, and
it's Woolly Gamer.
No, it came from one camp. Now, what happened was this camp when it came down to their games, they were scoring high. You look at the God of War kind of like soft reboot. You look at there was a bunch of games that were over 90 Metacritic, and of course they would go on social media and they would hold their championship belt up high, and they would start spitting down low at other people and stuff like that, and saying that these are the only games that count. Now, what happens with that is they created their own narrative. They made the bed, and now they have to lie in it. So, when it comes down to this game getting an 89, the first thing they do is they point to one review that had a 60. And I got to say, this is what I got to say. Even though that one review gave it a 60, there is no way with all the reviews that's not the one thing that dropped it below your precious 90. Okay, that's not the one thing. When you look at math and look at the odds and putting everything together, that one score didn't do it. There has to be a couple that are lower to start getting it below that. If you get
these motherfuckers are complaining about a 60 score when Halo came out, how many fucking zeros were there?
Yo, for real. But here's the thing. Now they can't just come out there and say, well, this is a great score and I can't wait to play the game. And the reason why is because they created 90 or higher to be considered a masterpiece. Right. So they have to try to find ways to attack this score and say why it's not good. Oh, it's because of that 60. Oh, he's an Xbox fanboy and he's rating this game. When you can tell 89 is a great score. That means a lot of people are going to enjoy it. The people that pick it up and play it, the majority are going to enjoy the game. But
yeah, you see how that fucking color around the numbers is green?
What color is that? It's green? That means go, right? Green for go? It's all go, right? But yeah, again, this is when, they come out there and they create their narratives, and then because nothing lasts forever. All right, there's people talking about how many consoles sold and stuff. And I tell them, be careful. I was like, Sony at one point in time was the absolute king when it came to music, hardware, distribution, all that good stuff. Sony was on top of the world. And the very next day, it dropped like a rock. So, like, things change over time. And when you create such high narratives and say this is the way it's going to be constantly, it's not going to be that way. Look at Days Gone when that first came out. Dude, and then people were defending it, saying, well, it didn't deserve that score. And it's like, well, which is it? Does it have to be a 90 or better? And then, well, if it's lower, you're going to defend it. But then you don't let people that are fans of other platforms do the same thing. You're creating that narrative, and there's no way every developer out there is gonna be able to stay at that level forever. You're gonna get a Naughty Dog game at some point in time that's gonna be below a 90. And what are you gonna do then? Is it that one reviewer's fault that gave it a low score, or is it your fault for creating such high standards?
Right.
Well, you know what? I just going to jump in and say this, and real quick, and I'll get everybody's opinion. But I saw something today. PlayStation showed off their it's like their new banner. They're like their new PlayStation sort of intro kind of thing to how they do it for the podcast, and it's really funny that when Xbox does sort of their portfolio games, they go through the gauntlet, and that includes stuff like Sea of Thieves, which isn't a 90 rated game or whatever, but it's usually in there, right? But you look at Sony's, they totally leave out anything that basically isn't part of their massive hits collection, so to speak. Like, you never see them bring up Knack or Days Gone or anything like that. It's only the games that have been surefire hits for them. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, got to feel bad for the other studios and putting in their hard work, but because they don't score a 90 Metacritic, they don't make the Sony highlight reel. You know what I mean?
Yo, Noof, I'm glad you bring up Knack, because that's another game. Like, you could go out there in the Twitterverse. You can go out there on Facebook. I think people still use that. But you could go out there and you say something bad or negative about Knack, and you'll have so many people come back at you like, no, that was really a good game. But when games release on Xbox and they get scores below a 90, that's automatically trash. And there's no convincing anything otherwise. I remember Days Gone when I think it got in the 70s or something like that when it came to the whole Meta Who score. And so many people were defending it. It's like, well, they were all scoring it before the day one patch. And it's like, well, do they normally do that? Like when they do reviews before the game comes out, do they get the patch? Like you don't even know what the procedure is, and you're trying to defend it because you created that 90 plus narrative, and you got to live with it, man. You got to live with it now.
Okay, you got to live with it. Who else got to live with it? Bring it on. Bring the heat. Who wants to jump in here?
All right, let me go ahead and just start right now. Let me pause. Let me put the pause button on the game.
Oh, he stopped playing the game. Oh, he's serious, man.
Yeah,
he's serious.
So the one thing that I never understood is why people put so much into somebody else's rating of a game. Why do people always have to look into one particular game and say, "Oh, look at that score"? But and not even really know if the game is really good because you haven't got a chance to play it, but because somebody else told you that it was good, that you're already going to make the assumption that game is going to be good too. That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my entire life. That's like somebody telling me to go watch Chocolate. I don't really. I was thinking about watching Blade. No. No. Critics say Chocolate is the best movie of the year. But Blade looks like, that's Wesley Snipes. No. Chocolates. Okay. And then I take my dumb ass to see Chocolate, and then I sit here and miss out on Blade, and everybody's talking about how great Blade is. That is exactly how I look at it with this whole situation with the gaming rating system. You're giving so much power to other people that you don't know. You come to us and try to make it seem like, well, if I say Quantum Break is dope, if I say Rise is dope, if I say Recore is dope, or if I talked about Bleeding Edge, about how much I enjoyed it. So you can come to me and say, KMega, that game is dog shit. Okay, that's your problem. What that got to do with me? I'm having a blast playing the damn game. That is the thing to me where this has gotten so overblown and people are willing to die on the hill and look like complete idiots.
Yeah.
Because of it. It makes no sense to me. I can understand if these people were doing the ratings themselves and they were defending their stance on their rating, but this is somebody that they don't know, and because of that, then it's this and it's that. And I agree, Noof. You would want Xbox gamers to kind of go the high road on that, but you know what? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Listen. I get it because I don't even talk about it. I look, I laugh, and I grin. I may say something in the DMs or whatever, but I'm not going to partake in it. But I'm not going to be mad at the people that sit here and throw shots at the people that they constantly see over and over and over again making that. Another point too is that if you notice, I call them stands, not the PlayStation fan. I call them PlayStation stands. I'll call them ponies. I call them stands. They always have to have some kind of enemy in order for them to seem like they're unison in gaming. They always need an enemy. If it's not me, or if it's not Bot, or if it's not Dealer, or if it's somebody if it's King David or whoever, they always need somebody to go after in order for them to Kids Move, whoever, to make themselves like, man, you know what? This is why we stand together in packs. Why you can't stand? Because when it's funny, because when I sit there and I said, hey, man, look, I played the Order 1886. Man, that game has a lot of potential. It was really enjoyable. Yeah. I had so many likes. Like, man, I thought that too. Well, where the hell was you at?
Like that game.
Yeah, like, where the hell was you at when I was saying, because I mixed up, I put those two games together, Quantum Break and the Order 1886. I said both games have a lot of potential. It could do really good things. Regardless of what people think about them, because they're not fully complete to be like legendary games, but they're right there on the cusp, I'm thinking, right? But then where were you at beforehand when I was saying this about Quantum Break or whatever? But then people, like, years later, it's okay because, it's not about the fray or the social media frenzy that they got to be a part of. Like, it's almost like a cult. It's crazy. So listen, most times sequels do not hit harder than than the first games that come out in their iteration. Horizon Forbidden West, I was saying to myself, like I was thinking that this was going to be, and it might still be, other than what the critics may say, but I still think that Horizon Forbidden West is going to be a better game overall than its predecessor by a mile. But I think that it even might be better than maybe God of War Ragnarok. Now that is yet to be determined, but we'll see. But what's going to happen when Ragnarok doesn't get the same type of score? Because I don't see Ragnarok getting the same type of score as the first God of War, of this God of War. I just don't see it. So to me, it's like, stop. You're using this to we seen last gen. You used it. It was all for your benefit. But for now, it's now turning back on you, because now what everybody can say now is that, look, one of your games right now, one of your big three is over here getting taken down by a racer. When y'all said racers weren't shit, racers were niche. I'm looking at these ratings right here. Forza Horizon 5 is better than Forbidden West, and that's
you can't say that, brother. You can't say that, because, like you said, racing is niche.
I just did.
The score doesn't matter.
PlayStation
now.
Stands are the kind of dudes who piss on a toilet seat and blame that the hole is too small.
Bro, exactly, bro. So
but racers will be credible again when Gran Turismo comes out. So just remember that.
Yeah, Gran Turismo will probably get about an 82, 83. And they'll try to compare that to Halo for however, because it might get an 87 and they might be
they ain't gonna compare that to Forza.
No, they can't, but because it's not going to be no 92. So that's the thing to me, where it's just like, look, it's going to bite you in the ass eventually by trying to make these stupid narratives that just don't stay. Their narratives just die before them. Man, just talk about gaming, show some gameplay, have a good time, talk about how you love PlayStation more than anything, and keep it fucking moving. All this other stuff is just asinine. Stop it.
Right. Speaking of ass, let's get Titan Drago's opinion on this.
I'm done.
Oh man.
I don't know what the fuck we're even talking about. I'm lost here.
We're done.
Metacritic, man. Metacritic. What do you think of it all?
I already gave you my 2 cents on Metacritic. What are you talking about?
All right.
Yoby haven't said that.
Yeah, Yoby. I fucking hate Metacritic. Do you need me to say it louder or something so you fucking remember the shit?
Yoby loves Metacritic, and he does not buy a game unless it's rated highly on Metacritic, and that's Yoby's thing. That's what he does.
So
Yoby, you all about that Metacritic? That 1 point, is that gonna?
That's what we're doing now. So we speaking live. That's what we're doing now.
Yeah.
I heard Yobi gets depressed if Xbox games don't score 89 or higher.
Oh my god!
I could give a hoot any damn. All right, so check this shit out, right? Metacritic. I could give her a rat's ass about, to be perfectly honest with you all.
Fist bump.
Yeah, fist bump. I don't really give a damn. Noof, can you do me a favor? Can you check your DMs and bring up the first picture I sent you?
Yes, sir.
Right.
DMs where, in the StreamYard or in Twitter?
Twitter.
Okay, let me see if I can do that here.
All right.
It's
gonna be a perfect example. I want you to show that first picture to everybody, please.
All righty, hang on here. Let me just share this crap out with everyone here.
Yobi sending visuals. He's like, I need this
visuals, baby, visuals.
I need this up on the board.
Got to. So, this is all right. You see, Edges of Mayhem, right? Metacritic was 73. User score 6.3, right? A lot of people talk up. It wasn't exclusive to multi-platform. It's part of the Saints Row universe catalog. Ages of Mayhem was basically like a prequel rebrand for Saints Row, right?
Yeah, cool game. Yeah, really good game.
I remember when it first dropped, everybody talked shit about it. Oh, this is trash. You want Saints Row, Saints Row. Well, if you play Saints Row 4 and get out of hell, the whole universe will reset, because they did that for everybody who said, oh, we want a reboot. So this is basically the prequel, aka the gateway to rebooted Saints Row. So a lot of people shitted on the game. I bought it day one, right? Oh, this game is terrible. This game is terrible. Love the shit out of it. Now, my second example, Mooch. Can you show? Mooch. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Noof. Can you show the second picture, please?
Agents of Mayhem.
Made by Deep Silver. I like them.
Yeah. I want you to put that second picture up on the board for me, please.
Right there. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay.
KMega, show me what you see on this picture, please.
I see. I see I see you 1,000 in the game. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got all the
One-
Chivos.
1,000/1,000.
There you go.
People were talking hella shit about this game. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I wanted to play it. It took me a little minute because I got a little stuck on it, and I went away from it years later. Went back to it, 1,000 it. Me personally, it's a classic Deep Silver game into the Saints Row franchise. Didn't care about the Metacritic, didn't care what anybody was saying. I loved every single thing about that game. So I think Metacritic it's like a null and void. I mean, I understand the purpose of it, but Metacritic can do it a lot of damage. But I understand Metacritic is doing its job, but at the same time, you could potentially drive away a lot of customers who actually want to play certain games, or a lot of games. At the end of the day, I could give a damn about Metacritic. I 1,000 the hell out of Mayhem, and it didn't drive me away from buying the game.
Right.
So my point is, Metacritic could eat ass, kick rocks, and I'll say you just got it's gonna get. I think it's at the point where Metacritic is. It's getting to the point. It's gonna be null and void.
Yeah.
And
so mostly it's a
sucks.
fanboy narrative, correct?
Yeah,
Or more than anything.
It's a fanboy narrative, and at the end of the day, just play games. If this game is rated such and such, okay, cool. Experience it for yourself. Go rent it. Go rent it from Redbox or whatever. Go to Gamefly.com. Get a subscription. Rent it. Do your thing. Play it. If you don't like it, send it back. Get a new game. Simple as that.
Yeah,
That's all
I
I
mean,
say about
one of the best games, in my opinion, that came out during the Xbox One era, which many people have asked for a sequel to over and over, Rise, Son of Rome, was not a 90 on Metacritic.
Classic.
That game had so much potential, looks
my
amazing to this day, and deserves a sequel, which apparently, if rumors are true or speculation is true, there is one in the works. And it will be a multi-plat game. I hope so. I hope
that would
so.
be great.
Rise on still look good than like 95% of the games today.
Yes, it does. And what's crazy is that in the BGST days when I was on there, I made the point when I was always getting clowned talking about, and crap at that time was, before he did the flip-flop thing, we talked about Sea of Thieves. And I'm like, look, this game has a lot of potential. This game is good, man. I'm telling you.
It was a game of the generation at one point.
Yeah. Like, and everybody was talking so bad about that game. And everybody was talking so bad about State of Decay. And I said, man, look, I'm telling you that Sea of Thieves is going to hit hard. You just got to give it a little time. But I'm telling you, it's got the potential just even playing it now as it's being, bare bones. Look at that game. PlayStation. That's why PlayStation is going and doing 10 games as a service by 2020. Was it by 2025 or 2026? Because they know where the toast is buttered. They know where the money is. So look, the whole narrative about having high rated scores is something that you can put in as something for somebody who walks into the store and you're trying to get grandma and grandpa to sit here, because you know what, the whole narrative about, well, you got to teach mom and dad, what they need to do, to what games they need to do. You know what? We are the moms and dads now. We are the you, me, Bot. Yeah. Well, Yoby, he's young. I don't know how old Titan is, but listen, I'm 47 years old. I'm the dad now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I know what's popping off. And even though some of my friends is not as deep into gaming as I am, they don't go reading every article and all this other stuff and get this, the lowdown in the dirt. But they do have a better knowledge in gaming because of the fact of their experiences in gaming when they're coming up. So the whole narrative about, well, mom and dad doesn't know what an Xbox Series S is or an X or an Xbox One. Yeah, the hell they do, because I know when I'm a parent. You know what I'm saying? So that's this whole stupid ass narrative about the score thing is blown up in their face. It is all about other people's reviews of a game. And there's been tons of games out there. The one game, what's the game with the motorcycle that we were just talking about?
Days Gone.
Days Gone. People are all capping for it and talking about how good it was, but they weren't at that time because the score was bad. And Sony even told them like, no, we can't give you a sequel for it. But that's the type of silly stuff that's going on here.
Not related to this topic for sure, guys. I gotta share something
Yeah.
because it's kind of funny. It's off of Twitter. Just take a look at this. This is freaking hilarious. Boogie comes in here. If you can see this, I'll try to bring up the screen, but this is pretty funny. It's on Twitter. He says, "How the fuck does someone not know what a woman has small hairs on their face? Jesus Christ!" And I guess this came from Rich, from Review Tech USA. Aloy is exposing a lot of virgins out there because someone said, "Can you explain to me why the hell Aloy has a beard?"
Oh, wow.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah.
Oh, dumbasses will never die.
Well, I need to say I'm actually 46, but this year I'll be 47. I'm already rounding myself off. That's what I do when I get old. Since we get old now, but I'm 46 now, so But
hey, I'm 46 and we're the same age, man.
Yeah, old farts, but that's okay.
Old farts, yes. Yobi's probably the youngest guy in this panel, I'm guessing.
Yeah, he's just a baby.
Yeah, I'm 33.
Oh, 33.
I'm gonna get my belt with his ass.
I think I got a hemorrhoid that's 33. Oh, shit. Goddamn. What I wouldn't give to be in my 30s again.
Oh, man.
For all my back issues and every other goddamn thing in the world. All right. Now we got people in the chat. Everybody's dropping their age up in here.
20s, man.
Oh, man. Joe Dunmore's 48. Whoa, Joe, you getting up there, brother?
Go, Joe.
Hot damn. G.I. Joe up in house. Oh, shit.
He'll be in the next Rocky movie, man.
Yeah. Any further thoughts on this? I mean, it's a light topic, but it just never ceases to kind of amaze me. Like every time you see this, and it goes one way or the other. It's one way or the other. It doesn't matter which side of the fence. The message is basically the same, and I just can't believe how we've gotten to the point where games that are in their 80s, which are A scores, or they're amazing scores. At one point in time, if a game got an 80, you'd be like singing from the heavens. And now it's just like, man, if it misses anything but 90 and between 94, this game is like trash and GamePass fodder or whatever the fuck it might be. It's absolutely craziness, man. Craziness. But judge a game for yourself. And like I said, if you're a person that judges it based on an influencer, I say then go with people that align themselves with a lot of the same tastes as you. For example, I'm not the biggest From Software fan, so the way that I look at a From Software game is definitely not going to be in the same vein as someone who's a fan. But I never trash a game I don't play or don't beat. I just say it's not for me, and that's as far as it goes, right? It's called maturity. People, look it up. All righty. All cool, or shall we move the needle here, gents?
Let's move it.
Needle.
Move the needle. All right. Let's do it. Let me just get back over to the topics at hand tonight here. Let's see where we're at right now. What do you guys think about this? Cyberpunk 2077, long-awaited Xbox Series X and S update is finally out. We've been waiting a long time. It's kind of funny because with Horizon Forbidden West being out and some big games dropping in the last couple of days, my feed has been a lot of Cyberpunk, which is really weird for a game that people, again, deemed as trash and no good and never was. Boy, there seems to be an awful lot of interest in people jumping back in all of a sudden. Why do you guys think that is? And is it a little too late to salvage this game? Can it rise from the ashes, so to speak, and become something? And you can go right ahead, Yobi.
Rise from the ashes, you can say that, yes, but at the same time, I was talking with who I was talking with about this. I was talking with a few of my boys on Twitter earlier. Shout out to Jay Marley, shout out to Beast.
Is it still an L?
Yeah, let's be honest, bro. They didn't get the. I'm trying to put this in the correct terms. Cyberpunk was a huge like when it comes to glitches and everything. It was fucked up day one, but it didn't stop me from playing the game. I'd have put like over 500-600 hours, I believe, or close to it in this game. If management and investors got their head out their ass and stopped, and this goes for every gaming company, stop with this whole. We need a quick return on our investments. You see, when the investors, like I understand they supplying, the funds and resources, but you gotta let these people cook. You gotta let these developers work, because I'm pretty sure 100% that the developers did not want to put Cyberpunk out in 2020 at the end. That game needed to stay in the oven for at least another year or two. The quality of life updates we got today, all that was supposed to have been there day one. Rise from the ashes. Cyberpunk ain't going nowhere. It was detrimental to kind of its downfall a little bit, because once the game came out, people from the team kept talking and talking and talking. It's like, yo, shh, be quiet. Just let them work. Don't say nothing. Just stay in the studio, cook, stay off Twitter, because then you got these fans sending death threats, and it's kind of bullshit sending death threat to the developers when they're trying their hardest. They didn't want to put this shit out day one. I mean, I'm pretty sure you all can agree with me.
Oh yeah.
Rise from the ashes. Rise for the ashes. Yeah, but at the same time, no, because let's be honest, everybody who was talking shit about saying Cyberpunk was trash, secretly they was waiting on it. They was waiting on the next gen pass. Let's be fucking honest. They was waiting on it. They didn't want to put their little fingers out there to say,
Right.
oh, game is trash. So, but in the background when nobody's watching, they secretly waiting on the next gen patch. Because as soon as they announced yesterday, oh, we have a stream coming tomorrow, retweets, likes, everyone is talking about Cyberpunk game and went insane. Dropped today. Everybody on the timeline is talking about Cyberpunk, dropping videos and clips and pictures. Everybody,
playing it again,
was waiting on this.
Yep. And don't forget, if you trashed the game before, people have receipts, right?
Yeah, of course. Did I trash the game? I trashed it for the glitches. But did that stop me from playing? No. I powered through the glitches. 1,000 a game. Enjoyed it. Played it many, many, many times. I'm doing another playthrough again.
Hey.
To answer you, Noof, is it too late? Nah.
Hey, hey, right from the get-go, I gave it a few extra points simply because it's the only way in this life I'll ever have a bigger dick.
Whoa, Lord have mercy.
Answer your question. Is it too late? No.
All about that dong slider, people.
Right.
Man, don't ever talk down on your meat rocket like that, bro.
Noof took advantage of that glitch where as you're riding on the motorcycle, that shit popped out and started waving behind you and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
But
is he driving a car or is he riding a camel? We're not sure.
To finish this off,
ahead,
is it too late? No. Cyberpunk got more to cook because, like they said, their true vision of Cyberpunk 2077 is not fully realized yet. It's not. Cyberpunk ain't going nowhere. I think a year or two ago, they said they canceled the multiplayer, but I honestly believe they said that to take the heat off of it a little bit. I honestly believe the multiplayer is coming in the future. They're working on many expansions. Cyberpunk is not going nowhere. This is step one. This is step one into what their vision is going to be fully realized. So that's all I got to say about that. Is it going anywhere? No, Cyberpunk ain't going anywhere. This is step one of a grand scale that's coming. And if you played it all the way to the end, me and KMega, we played all the way to the end. We honestly believe the story is not over. It's a huge cliffhanger. It can't just end like that. You went through hell and back. I'm not going to say anymore because I don't want to spoil it for anybody out there who didn't play it. But like I said, they got expansions and stuff coming. It's only the beginning.
Well, let's ask the chat this. Anybody in the chat who has Cyberpunk or perhaps just picked it up or just hasn't played in a while, type 1 if you plan on going back to it, and type 2 if you're done with it completely. Traded it in, sold it, just done with it. So 1 in the chat if you're looking forward to diving back into the world of Cyberpunk 2077, or you're done with it, type 2. Titan Drago has type 2. We'll find out why in just
I love that one thing, Noof.
Type 2 diabetes.
I love that one thing, Noof.
Go ahead, man.
If management and investors gave them time to cook, and that game would have came out at the end of this year, in like October, November, guarantee it would have been the game of the year. Guaranteed.
Well, Yobi, I hear you on that, but they really, when they came out with a limited edition Cyberpunk Xbox One X, they kind of put their nails in the coffin that they had to get it out as soon as they could when it came down to it, man. And the thing about this is guys, I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm smiling, damn near laughing right now, because when it came down to it, there were glitches in the game. The biggest glitches and stuff like that came from our previous generation hardware, the Xbox One, the PS4. Those systems were where the game was damn near like unplayable at times. And I see some people in the chat. Somebody said it worked fine on their Xbox One, their One X. No, I believe that was Spider-Man. Shout out to you, bro. You are one of the few. You are one of the few that got through that game without any like crazy glitches or whatnot. But I think it's hilarious. It's hilarious that the game was already working on the Series S, the Series X, and the PlayStation 5. And when I played through it on the Series S, I gotta say the game is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. It got a lot of hate. It got a lot of hate for no reason, especially running on the Series S. And I gotta say, new rest of the panel, perception is a really crazy thing, right?
Perception's a motherfucker.
Because when it comes down to it, the perception was the game was broken. And there are a lot of people were saying, well, I'm just going to wait for this update. I'm going to wait for the next gen patch to play this game. And I got to say, guys, you have been bamboozled. You have been run amok. Because, when it comes to a next gen patch, what did they do here? They got the 4K 60, which, okay, I'll give you the 60 frames. When it comes to ray tracing, it's only the shadows. Ray traced shadows in this world. The quality of life, that Yobi was talking about, that's stuff that, they could have, put in over time or, hopefully would have had in the beginning. But what were you really waiting for? Like, I know people were waiting for the, see if there's ray tracing in this and stuff like that. Like, what were you really waiting for? Where I've still in the wrapper. All right, still in the wrapper. Like, I'm not touching it until this next gen patch. This patch doesn't do a whole lot for quote unquote next gen. A lot of it is stuff that should have been in there. Quality of life. When it comes to driving, when it comes to the random people on the streets. And I jumped in on this game earlier today when downloaded the patch, everything like that. And I gotta say, there has actually been a graphical downgrade to the people that are walking on the streets. So they had to pull back the detail on these people.
Now you need to tell them where you're playing it.
Oh, I'm on the Series S.
Okay, all right.
They had to pull back some of the detail on these people to make sure that they walk properly and kind of don't bump into each other, which I had no problem with them bumping into each other in the first place. Because I'm like, this is Cyberpunk. This is a punkish kind of like future. People are edgy, stuff like that. Walking about town. There people going to bump into people and say, fuck's your problem? You know what I'm saying? Like, I had no problem with that. I feel like for people who waited for this patch, I feel like they kind of let you down a little bit. But at least, like, for people like me, KMega, Yobi, people who have gotten into it and realized, like, the game does perform on the Series S, the Series X before this patch. We already we're into all this goodness.
Well, that's just it. That was part of the biggest problem. I mean, this game essentially was built and designed for last gen hardware, being the Xbox One to PS4. And if you've certainly seen videos on the Xbox One, this game ran almost to the point of unplayability. You know what I mean? And that was the thing. And those are the people I feel bad for, because I feel like they really got duped. For me, I was lucky enough to secure a Series X, and it ran pretty damn good right out of the gate. But I can tell you, I had a lot more issues. I had a lot of actually game-breaking bugs when I had it installed on my One X. The game would basically crash on me every time I jumped in the elevator to load the game. I mean, unplayable.
Noof, you want to hear something funny? I beat this game. I beat this game on the Series S before this patch. Never had a bug, never had the game shut down and bring me back to dashboard, right?
Mhm.
I download this patch, play it for 20 minutes, and my game cuts off and throws me back to the dashboard.
Mm.
Like I could not believe it. And again, guys, I'm glad more people are getting into this game. Again, like I said, Perception, she is a finicky woman when it comes down to it. But hopefully this patch and people getting hyped, people gonna go back into this game or go into it for the first time will realize what type of world this is, how cool the missions are, just how alive this world really is, because I think that got really downplayed when this game came out. I remember there was these, again, reviewers talking about, well, you're just kind of doing the same stuff and there's not really that much there. And I'm like, what game are you playing? Like when you're hunting down these dudes with cyber enhancements, and they all have unique personalities. They're all doing different things that are can be absolutely gruesome or absolutely hilarious. Just talking to random people on the street and kind of like their dialogue, and the world is really alive in Cyberpunk. And I'm happy that this perception is getting turned around, because more people are going to see that.
Yeah. Well, we got a super chat coming in from probably the best name in the chat tonight, Mandigo McThickens. $5 in the super chat. Cyberpunk is active again because they fixed the hooker glitch. The smut meter has risen. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did hear about that. You could that on PlayStation that you can use those controllers to, do the pants off dance off. So go for them.
Oh, they didn't censor it and cut it all out?
I don't know. I mean, you would think they cut out the ass cracking old girl in a Dead or Alive 5. I mean, in a Devil May Cry 5.
Hold on. There is no censoring in Cyberpunk. I was in that tank with that chick. There is no censoring.
Watch your mouth. That chick is named Padme. Shut your mouth. I
didn't want to say the name for the people who haven't played it yet. I just said that chick. That's all I said.
There's other ways you can get to Padme. I made sure.
Padme.
It's Pan Am.
I mean, Pan Am.
No, Padme. Padme's Star Wars, bro.
I got the house for both of them. I like them both.
Padme.
I got them both.
Padme is Darth Vader's chick, man. What are you talking about?
I like them both. Hell yeah.
And listen, for everybody who wants to see the real life Pan Am, look up Tristan Mays.
She is gorgeous. Woof.
Better watch out, KMega. You're gonna be bringing up some fantasies with Jar Jar Binks in a minute.
My opinion on this, what CD Projekt Red is pretty much attempting to do with this patch is get their good name back. Like remember back in the day, like The Witcher, Witcher 3, that was such a resounding success. They were on top of the world in 2015. Like especially during that time, that was like they were making good decisions like regarding the consumer. That was when loot boxes and loot crates were getting banned in country. That's when that kind of stuff all started roughly. So when the last Witcher released, CD Projekt Red, they were synonymous with being pro-consumer, stating they wouldn't nickel and dime the consumer with DLC. Mm-hmm. And like you guys said, whether you were a part of it or not, this game's, their good name, CD Projekt Red, their good name got dragged through the mud in certain circles. And I feel like there's like gamers that understand that glitches are to be expected upon release of like a AAA game nowadays, especially an open world AAA game.
Nowadays, man, because it's been kind of crazy, man.
Yeah, and then there's simply the people that just won't accept this, and and they'll trash every game for everything that's got, every bug it's got. Like, and the only thing that's going to get me back into this game is a story DLC, because I beat it already. I don't like to do the same thing over and over, especially in video games. So thus far, like, I've seen no articles or info regarding a substantial additional story DLC. I've only seen like additional cosmetics and quests so far. That's all the news I've heard about substantial story DLC.
Yep, for me, that's what I was going to say. I said to get people back, it will be because they will have to do that. They will have to do exactly the same thing that they did with The Witcher 3, and that bring expansions to deepen the story. That that will be and do it free like they did The Witcher 3. Now, if people don't know, I beat The Witcher 3, right? But that's not what I want people to know. What I'm saying is that if you bought The Witcher 3 day one, it was broken as hell when that game first launched. And it took about 2 years before that game got to be properly playable. Because I played it for about 3-4 months, and then I was like, man, there's just certain things. It's too buggy right now. I'll come back to it. And sure enough, after that, they did one patch. I was like, okay. And then they said they was going to do another patch. I was waiting for that other patch. 2 years later, still came back to it, had to relearn things. But then once I got back into the game, it's still one of my favorite games of all time. After I went through it, put I don't know how many hours into that game. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason why I do have trust into CD Projekt Red, is because of the fact that they will make it right. Yes, the game should have been put on ice for a little while longer. Yes, but the publishers was not going to let that happen. It was just too hot of a commodity to hold it and to tell fans one more time. Because I even posted something when they did the last when they reported that they were going to wait and they were going to delay it again. And I'm like, look, man, you're going to just have to say you can't delay it anymore. And other gamers were feeling the same way. And then the publishers had all the momentum at that point, because people bought the console, people been waiting, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And again, boom. The thing of it is what Bot said, I think, and Yobi said it as well too, is that the game was not built for last gen consoles. It should have been an exclusive, the first true exclusive for the PS5 and for the Series S and X. And I think for what Bot's going through right now, saying that there's a little downgrade is what hurt that now, is because if they just went ahead and put it on the new consoles, they would have probably had it optimized better for the Series S, because on the Series X, that ray tracing is gleaming, Jack. Them colors is popping. There is even more NPCs.
Bro, there's no ray tracing when it comes to reflections. It's only shadows, bro.
Let him
It's only
talk.
shadows. It's
Let
not
him talk.
gleaming.
Bro,
It's not
I'm
gleaming,
I'm showing. You can just see it off of the gameplay that I've been showing here. I don't care what it is.
It's coming straight from CD Projekt Red, though, bro.
All I'm telling you is that if the ray tracing, whatever the hell that is, it's looking better than what it's ever looked. And if it's not ray tracing, then it's not shadows, because reflections that ain't the damn shadow and a reflection is two different things. So the game is popping, the lights are popping, the character models look good. The NPCs look better. I showed a pitch. I showed it. This was before the patch, which I kind of felt it was weird, because I know that they've been doing some work and done smaller patches in order to get to this big patch. Because when I showed the game just yesterday, I showed it and I looked, and it was like, and people were like, man, I haven't seen that many NPCs ever, bro. It is substantially better than what it was. And I haven't seen any true glitches yet. So you know what I'm saying? So again, and it has the performance mode, it has the 30 frames per second mode. Yeah. But again, for me, it's like this. The game is the game is one of the. It was up there with The Last of Us. If the game wasn't broken like it was, the game overall was up there with Ghost of Tsushima and The Last of Us 2 for Game of the Year, in my opinion. That story was immaculate. Was so damn well done. That the everything to do in the game. The only thing that was within the game that you did over and over again was do those little police manhunts or whatever. Not manhunts, but it was these little police little raids or whatever that you could do, and those were all the same. But when it came to the side missions, when it came for the what Bob was talking about, the hunts for those people with the genetic issues, cyber dudes, and then just everything else with following it to the story, there was nothing that was the same. That game was really built.
Yo, Mega, I gotta say, this game, honestly, me and you were on different pages with a lot of stuff gaming. This game kind of brought us back, because when I started playing, I was like, yo, Mega, this is for real. Yo, you were right. This game is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, because I felt these characters. Like, I mean, I could not stand Johnny Silverhand. But then when the story kept going, I'm like, whoa, this is my dog. I got your back. Then you got this crazy climax at the end, which I can't say nothing, but I'm just telling you, man, you got choices to make, everything. I'm going back from the very beginning and starting all over again for my third playthrough. That's how special I think this game is. People should definitely give it a chance because I think the game is what, $10? Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
Indeed. Speaking of special, we got a super sticker coming in from a fantastic name in the chat, Sister Fister 69.
Whoa.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Sister Fister.
Yo, if I can real quick, I want to shout out. I want to shout out in the chat, yo, Masshold 1977, bro. Shout out to you for remembering the brand of my TV, the TV brand that I have. Yo, shout out to you for remembering that, man. That's some right there. That's crazy.
What, you're on a TCL?
Yeah, I'm on a TCL.
Oh,
man.
you
Yeah,
got
Yobi,
that
Yobi, I gotta tell you,
special
bro.
from King David?
No, Yobi, the 4K TV that you got me, the LG, man, it did its job and it lasted for years, but the screen went out on it, brother. I had to get another TV.
Hey, that was from the heart, man. I'm just glad you put it to good
Yo,
use.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for that, man.
Always.
That's what happens when you watch porn with the Oculus on.
Yeah, that's it.
But yo, Noof, I hate to do this, man. I gotta back out.
Yep,
I got
no problem, brother. Glad to have you here,
early.
man. Do your outro. Let people know where they can check out your podcast and what's coming up next.
I got you. Well, first I want to tell people, if you haven't done it yet, yo, definitely hit the thumbs up button. This has been an awesome show. Yo, thank you to Noof for having me on. Thank you to Titan. Yo, Titan, we got to get you on next podcast. I don't know how your Thursdays are, but we'll talk in a DM. I want to get you on the show. KMega, I guess I'll see you Thursday, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know, man.
Maybe
We might see Yobi in the chat. I don't know. We haven't.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But when you send that check, he will show up.
Yeah.
my new agent.
I can send checks, no problem. Yo, you ever hear?
I need my $25, my 7 years for $25. Let's get it.
Do you know about the rubber that they use to make those checks, man? You could like crunch them up, you could bounce them on the ground.
I want my money untraceable. I want my $25 in nickels and dimes, motherfucker.
He said he wants it in gold doubloons, yo. But yo, thank you guys for listening to me rant on, talk about games, man. It's something I love to do. Go ahead to my YouTube channel. It's Xbot448. Check out the content there. It is the home of the next podcast every Thursday at 8 p.m. Crispy, Predator, and it used to be Dark, but he got tired. He got tired of all the PlayStation slander that goes on that show, and he decided he was going to retire. But definitely go check that out. You can check me out on Twitter as well. I have Xbots and ponies on my ass on Twitter on a daily basis. It is very, very entertaining. But again, dude, thank you for having me on, man. We got to do this again, brother.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
It's been too long, and looking forward to getting you back, especially when we got some real hot topics, because I know that you like to go all in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
I love you, bot.
See you,
love you, brother.
See you later, bro.
Later, Bob. All right. There you go, guys. Xbot448. Go check him out and go catch up with some of his content. Always some great opinions. And like I said, he's not afraid to stick his nose in the lion's den, so to speak, when he hangs out with the crowd on Crossfire every Friday. So there you go. But let's get back to it. Any more thoughts about Cybepunk? I mean, you got to give him some credit. I mean, for sticking with this thing and working through it. I know as well with Cybepunk, it really launched at a time, again, right in the middle of COVID. That's not making excuses for everything, but anything that came out that year was very, very difficult. And obviously we know the story. We know that the investors had a lot more to do with the game being rushed through than it was on the fans. And, after building sort of that reputation with The Witcher 3 and then kind of going to a low with Cybepunk, listen, you got to give them lots of credit. The game wasn't notoriously broken. It was just notoriously buggy. And I think it got very easy to get distracted by all the crazy articles and the bad reviews and this, that, and something else. And like at the end of the day, you got to go play it and decide for yourself. I think it largely depended on what hardware you played the game on. As I said, played it on the Series X. I had very little issues compared to a lot of people. And some of the bugs were just more on the hilarity side as opposed to groundbreaking or game breaking, so to speak. And, it's nice to see them stick with it and try to make something of it. We saw how No Man's Sky went from pretty much, the bottom of the barrel to becoming a completely different product. It's even getting its own launch on the Switch. So that just tells you that if you're passionate about something and you believe in it, you can make it work. So, before we just get back to final thoughts, we got our good friend, the Wise Old Gamer. He drops $2 in the super chat. Noof, why did you shirt made Xbox run away? I don't know. I don't think Xbot ever ran away from a shirt. He probably had one himself.
Yeah,
anyway.
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
Maybe that's why he took off. Maybe he shirts himself at this time of the night.
Yeah, he got a tiny bladder. If you listen to his voice, he got a tiny bladder too.
Yeah, it's all those kidney stones.
Oh.
All right, guys, finish up. Final thoughts. Cyberpunk, anything nobody articulated yet would like to bring up?
I just think people should just go ahead and give it another opportunity, because I don't think it's done either, like Yobi was saying. I just don't. Is
this a good time, though, to drop this update, though, with Horizon Zero Dawn and Dying Light, Horizon Forbidden West and Dying Light and a whole bunch of games coming out? It's
just an update. It's not a whole game.
Yeah, I know, but it's still bringing people to want to go back in. You're seeing people playing it, and it's kind of distracting. Wouldn't it have been better to kind of leave those kind of updates for when perhaps it's a little slower, so to be a little bit more eyes on or hands on, so to speak?
Nah, I think it needed to be dropped. If not today, it needed to be dropped this month. It's like you said, like they promised it's supposed to come out last year. They needed more time to cook.
Is this the update we've been waiting for, though? The Series X, Series S update, basically?
Yeah.
Me personally, yes. Like I said, they needed time to cook. They needed to drop it this week, but they dropped it today. So
I know this is the one we've all been waiting for.
I know there's got games coming up at the same time. It needed to be dropped. So now we got that out the way. It's update patch 1.6 gonna be coming in the future. Gonna be adding more stuff. So I can't wait.
Percolator dropping $5 in a super chat to tell me to shut up. What's up, Noob? Great show. What's up, KMega?
What up, Perk? What's up, Perculate?
Shut up, Titan Drago. Thanks. Thanks, Percolator. $5 for that. Thank you, guys. You guys are amazing. This chat's been on fire tonight. Just so great.
Since the last we heard from Cyberpunk, just keep on the lookout.
Keep on the lookout. All right, we got one more small topic before we kind of get into the closing statements for the evening. That is, Capcom has a mysterious countdown. You guys, what do you think is coming? Is this another game? Potential Street Fighter 6 announcement? Perhaps an acquisition? What do you think this might be? Anybody have a wild guess? Let's start with you, Titan. What do you think it might be?
Oh, I really wanted to go last on this one because I want to hear you guys first, because I guarantee I got one that none of you guys, probably half of you haven't even heard of, unless you heard me talk about.
Let's start with Yobi and we'll get over to KMega. Go, Yobi. What do you think it is?
Might be an announcement of an acquisition, maybe. I think most likely it's probably going to be a new game. Maybe it could be Street Fighter 6, but then again, didn't they drop like a DLC not too long ago for Street Fighter 5?
Yeah, that was the last DLC though. So yeah, this would
Okay, so that's the last DLC. Maybe it could be Street Fighter 6, but like I said, I think Street Fighter still got a little bit of steam left in its tank. So it's currently killing on definitely on the PC crowd, because the mods they've been showing is crazy, and those mods adding more and more life to it. Hell, they still putting out mods for goddamn Street Fighter Cross Tekken from the 360 game, which is on PC. I didn't know that. I just found that out today. Yep. So it could be a new game. It could be an acquisition. I'm more tied to it could be a new game. What game? I don't know. We just have to wait and see. But I'm excited.
Okay, you like these things, these damn countdowns? I mean, it's better than some of those game shows where they have a countdown to the countdown.
Countdown. Throw yourself in the toilet. Countdown to a countdown. How dare you?
There's the countdown, and it finally ends like, oh, it's a countdown for the actual official countdown.
What's
fuck
the countdown at right now?
I don't know. I never checked it. Is that on Capcom's on Twitter, perhaps?
Yeah, pull it up and put it on the screen.
Is it like within a day, within a week? What are we talking here?
We're gonna find out here now. Let me just see what it was. I
think it's going to be within the next 5 days or something like that.
Let's find out. Once I get into here, I'll bring it up on the screen. What do you guys think? What do you think it is, Mega?
I think it's either another Resident Evil, which is the Resident Evil 4, or it's another Monster Hunter. It's the new Monster Hunter that's going to be on everything. But I can't. I don't know, man. An acquisition. I heard the same things. That would be very very interesting. Because from what I've heard from the acquisition, that it was that which I think it's. I don't believe the acquisition, but they were saying that it was Xbox pulling them, but I don't know, man. I don't think it's an acquisition. I think it's a game. And then also let's not forget that there's another game that Capcom has, which nobody hasn't talked about, and that's Pragmata. And so that could be that it could be one of those three, in my opinion.
I want to see Power Stone, to be honest.
Boy, Lord, I don't
think that one's coming back. I don't know why.
My fat ass will do a backflip if I see it.
Wait, hold up, dude. Power Stone is coming back. Remember that leak Capcom had like a year or two ago?
Mm-hmm.
So Power Stone was actually in that leak as well. So you never know.
They made two of those, right? Power Stone 1 and 2.
Yes.
On Dreamcast, and maybe they bring back a remastered edition or something.
I wouldn't mind. Shit, bring it on. Shit, let's
Please
go.
do it. Please do it. Please do it.
All right, Titan.
How sick would it be if that countdown was like an announcement that Resident Evil 8 is going to Game Pass? That would be. I guess that's my wet dream right now about that.
Wow, that'd be crazy.
Not happening.
Other than that, the other wet dream I have. So I got to ask you this, Noof. Are you an ass man or a titty man?
Titty.
Just answer the question. Don't get cute.
Titty all the way.
All right, Yobi.
Asses look nice, but all I can think about is that's where farts and shit come from.
Both.
All right, Yobi.
Both.
What are you?
Both.
Ass or titty?
Both.
No, you gotta fucking choose one.
Daddy, I say both.
If you gotta prefer,
both.
You only
both.
Hey, you can only go in one hole, and she said you choose. Where's it going first?
Ty and Drago, did you forget I'm Daddy Hootin'? And I say both. Next question.
Oh my goodness. KMega, what are you? Ass or titties?
Oh man, ass, man. Come on, man.
All right, there's my guy.
There's
There's that fucking guy. Ass man. All right, so Nuva set me up with a screen share here because there is a game that is like no one's gonna be talking about it, and it's because it's a diamond in the rough. It really is. It was from the 360 era, and it's got probably the best name in gaming. But it is called none other than Age of Booty.
Oh.
Age of motherfucking Booty, man. Capcom made this game on 360, and what you did was you just, you had a team. It could be 2v2, 3v3, 4v4 as multiplayer, and you got your ship here, and you can upgrade, your speed. You can get more sails. You can get more armor. You can get more cannons. If you get more cannons, it slows your ship down. The sails obviously give you speed. And you had to choose what to upgrade, and all the maps had you choose different things. You got bombs you could lay and stuff. And at the end of, however many, because there was a cap limit. If you capped so many of these cities, then you would win the game. Or at the end of a certain amount of time, like 20 minutes or whatever, whoever had the most cities would win. But this was the freaking game. This is the game I want Capcom to come out with a sequel to. I poured tons of hours into this game, just massive amount of hours into this quirky, fun. It's it's like just hexagon based.
You put the ass in mass. We get it.
That's right. I love games like that, man. I can't wait to see more of these games, dude. That's my other wet dream. Either the Game Pass or that. Okay. One or the other.
I'm going to have to go with the same thing that oh god, who said it in the chat here? Somebody had the same. I'm thinking it's Resident Evil 4, the remake. Countdown to that one potentially. So we've heard that it is in the works, and I highly suspect that it is after Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 were highly successful. We saw that just last year alone. They put out Resident Evil 4 on the Oculus with the VR controls. So there seems to be a lot of life left in the Resident Evil franchise and bringing back the older games. And I suspect it's something along that lines. I mean, potentially it could even be a countdown to perhaps a Resident Evil 9 announcement. You know, I'm sure they're already starting to build one after the success of the last two games. So who knows? I saw some speculation online through social media that people think it's about the next Street Fighter, potentially Street Fighter 6. Personally, I know I saw a tweet and this had to be horse crap. Something about somebody went into the back end code and it said something about a Microsoft acquisition, but if you read it out, it just sounded like complete.
It looked fake as hell. Yeah.
It was just like they added it in there, like this whole sentence is like, this is like somebody added what they wanted to.
It's exactly what they did.
Oh boy, so come on, man. Don't think that's it. But who knows? I mean, it's kind of weird. I don't remember the last time Capcom's done like an actual countdown for anything. So definitely has our interest peaked, to say the least. So we know they got some great franchises, and you know, it could be the return of Mega Man or a new Ghouls and Ghosts. Well, probably not a Ghouls and Ghosts, but you know, it could be something Mega Man related, or I'd say it's most likely those Resident Evil or Street Fighter, if I had to guess between the two.
I know Axel wants that Mega Man XXX game, huh?
Mega Man sex. Yes. Have some Mega Man sex. All right. Shit, man. All right. So there we go. It, like I said, small topic, and glad to hear everybody's opinions on it. Not much more than that. Yes, people love making fake Xbox articles. I know it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yes, Massel, it was you. Sorry, he's the one who suggested Resident Evil 4. That was also my guess. So thanks for that, Massel. Sean says it's Resident Evil 4 remake. I'm betting. Yeah, could be possibly. But anyway, guys, we're getting to the end of the show. But before we leave, it is now time to bring in the raunchy man himself. Mr. Safehouse Sam is on standby, and he's ready for your questions. And he's always fired up. So let's see what he's got in the tank for us tonight. Anyone on the panel or in the chat have a question you'd like to direct at Mr. Safehouse Sam tonight?
Yeah, Safehouse. Between you and the wise old gamer, who's got a more fucked up brain?
My man, that's definitely got to be me. Wise old gamer. I see you in the chat, motherfucker. Yeah, you a cool dude and all that, motherfucker. Yeah, I'm glad you're part of the Retro Renegades, but I am the fucking big brain over there, man. Let me tell you what, I'm the only guy on this planet that when I'm getting angry, I'm popping hemorrhoids. I don't even need the cream anymore, baby. That's how I get it done up in here. I've been just smacking pop. It's just like that, what do you call it, that bubble rat, motherfucker. Just popping shit. Let's go. I'm always a raunchy bitch that makes some noise happen up in here. You got a fucking dynamite panel. I don't know where the fuck you rounded up these guys, but my God, it's like the fucking VIP up in here. You fucking Yoby and KMega and shit stain X-Bot. I mean, my God, everybody up in here.
Wow. Oh man. You know what? This is my first time meeting you, so it's an honor. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, it is an honor, a privilege. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
motherfucker, you literally the first fucker ever told me that I'd be an honor. I was calling your bullshit. I say you lying through your teeth, motherfucker.
I am lying through my damn teeth. I am such a liar. But the point of the matter is that I don't know. You sound dangerous, and so therefore I can't. I need to be cautious. So my
mother told me that if I died more, she wouldn't show up at my old fucking funeral. She'd rather shit in my mouth and send me to the dog pile.
Whoa, Lord have mercy. So listen, the only question I just need to ask you is the question that was asked to me, and I need to know. So are you a titty man or an ass man?
It all depends on how old or young she is, okay? 'Cause
No,
personally,
no,
my back is
okay.
kind of bad, and I don't like grannies because that means I got big titties about the floor. So they gotta be
Oh,
high, they gotta be straight, and they gotta be a goddamn 708. That's what I'm saying. At least that right there, that's Metacritic for you bitches. Yeah, I want that shit high score up in here. I don't want none of that rinky dink fucking little titty bitty shit. You know what I'm
oh,
saying? Like, my God, if you got nipples or ribs, you flat as a wall, you can take that shit and head on down the hall. I don't want none of that shit, man.
so you just told everybody that you know what I'm saying? Let the dog bite you. Where the doornet, let the dog. I fucked it up. I'm sorry, but anyway, regardless, thank you. It was an honor. It was a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I am lying, but you scared the shit out of me, and I just want to let you know that.
You awesome, KMega, man. You keep doing you, baby. You're welcome back here anytime. You bring that pretty ass back in
You
here,
tell
baby.
that asshole Noof to let me in because I know Noof ain't gonna fuck with you. So I got you on my team. You on my team. So yeah.
All right. Anybody else?
Go, my lord.
Yo, you got to come up with a question, and then Safe House has to throw the word cock ass in there somewhere.
Whoa.
Man, listen. I just want to know, did you and Cletus ever have a fight? And who
Oh
won?
shit. My boy Cletus?
Cletus? God dang that fucking Cletus. That motherfucker, he don't know how to fight with shit. That guy, the only thing he ever put in the headlock's the fucking pig. That's about it. Or maybe his mama. That's debatable. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I had to get in a fight with fucking Cletus, you know, sometimes I think I go low blow and try to kick that motherfucker in the balls. But you know what? You ain't got no fucking balls. You know what you do to embarrass that motherfucker? You pull out his last tooth because he ain't got none. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's right. He look like a fucking baby and trying to sprout some teeth up in there. He got no braces. He got no fucking teeth. No, I ain't fighting no Cletus, man. They ain't fucking weirdo in there, the ass motherfucking cock ass.
He's throwing it at the very end.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay, and I got the saying right. Don't let the doorknob hit you where the dog should have bit you. That's what I was trying to say. That's it. All right. Okay.
Who the fuck got fucking dog shit in the goddamn doorknob? What the fuck you been doing in your backyard?
Man,
You were mixing up that and then the saying with where the good Lord splits you.
Right. I mixed it up. I got completely tongue tied. Like I said, that dude right there scares the hell out of me. I gotta. You made me go up here and just make me want to grab a weapon or something.
You know what? I am so dirty. Let me tell you, I'm so dirty that I fucking jerked off in my mama's Christmas Carol books so I can see her trying to open. Come on, you faithful.
Wow.
Yo.
I'm going to church after this.
All right. Chase Jones got a question in the chat here. Let's bring it up, I suppose.
Safe House Sam, where did you park your diesel truck to piss off Trudeau?
That motherfucker up here. I don't have to get in politics because we all know how sticky that shit is. That's worse than the fucking 3-day-old cum stuck on a toilet seat, man. But let me tell you, fucking politics, goddamn Justin Trudeau, go fuck yourself, you cock-ass motherfucker. You gotta get that shit moving up here in Ottawa, man. You're like some fucking decrepit piece of shit. I think you're related to Cletus, you goddamn stupid motherfucker. Man, I'm gonna drive my camper down there or park on your lawn. I'm gonna shit on your doorstep. I light that bugger on fire, you motherfucker. Get your head out your ass, Trudeau, motherfucker.
Safe House, what did you do in Ukraine that's making Russia invade?
That Vladimir Putin, man, that guy, he's something else, I tell you. You ever see him and you won't play? You got these fucking videos about playing hockey? All these guys that gets on this fucking team that lets him score goals. The goalie don't even try to stop that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He just goes in, he can shoot. I got 3-year-olds that can shoot hard at that motherfucker, but the goalie let him score. Just so they don't embarrass him, because of course he have the KGB, the CIA, what the fuck they use over that country. They probably comes about how to shit you in the fucking head. I don't know, man. These guys are crazy over there in that Russia. I think it's so fucking cold over there. The Kremlin is seized the fuck up, and they don't know what they're doing anymore. I don't know, man. This ain't the 80s, man. There ain't no more Gorbachev. Whatever the fuck you is, man. Goddamn. By the way, I'd resurrect Ronald Reagan from the dead so he could pull that fucking nuclear bomb missile out. Blow your motherfuckers away. That's right. We gonna take that country over there. You guys don't need it for nothing. Goddamn motherfuckers. All you're making is good hockey players. That's about it. Oh, you got some pretty hot women too. There's some niggas on them porn sites. Goddamn Russian women. That's right. I'll be rushing to go get me one of them.
Wow.
Oh, the shit will be shut down after tonight, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Promoting nuclear violence.
Yeah, I think
Resurrect
all the great
Reagan.
World
Oh,
War III
Lord
people
Jesus.
Oh my God.
That fool said, resurrect Reagan. Lord have mercy. Man.
All right, well, I think that brings us to the end of our show. Save us. Thank you so much for your time. I'm sure we'll see you back here again next week. But anyway, let's let our phenomenal guests get out of here. Great to have him back on the show. The one, the only, the man, peace, love, life, Dragon Heart Yoby. Let everybody know where they can catch up with you and what's going down next.
You can find me at Dragon Heart Yobi on Twitter, Instagram, PlayStation, and Xbox. You can catch me every Tuesdays on Retro Renegades at 7:00. What I got coming up next? I'm going to get a SSD for my laptop tomorrow, so I can finally put it back into a stable state, so I can start dropping content like video content.
There we go.
Basically, my takes on games and just whatever. Other than that, just look forward to my Peace Love Life on tweets. I'm gonna be getting back into dropping my Peace Love Life videos, inspiration videos, and just keep watch. We got some things in the work. I got something in the works with PK, so be on the lookout.
Nice.
Thank
Love
you.
Love the passion you bring, brother. Glad you could be here. And keep up it, man. Keep up.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let's get over to KMega 405. Yes, when you're not here going live, you're always doing it live somewhere else. Let people know where they can catch up with you when you hit that button.
All right, man. Thank you so much, man. It was a pleasure, man, coming up here and then meeting, you know what I'm saying, man, the scariest white. I don't even know what he felt like he was blue. I don't even know what the hell that dude was, but he scared the shit out of me.
He doesn't breathe very often. He takes about one breath every about 5 minutes.
Yeah, so. that might be the baddest white man on the planet. I don't know who the hell that is. I don't want no problems. But anyway, but yeah, no, it was always fun, man. Thank you for having me on, Noof. It was a pleasure, man. And got the chance to talk to Titan, man. Again, like I forgot back on the Salty Day. So yeah, hopefully we can do this again. And man, yeah, you can catch me on the GRG podcast every Friday night. You know what? The GRG podcast has been on for a while, and I remember it used to be lonely days and just sit back and it was just Crossfire, then GRG, everybody else, everything was Harmony. Now we got fun speculation. We got every goddamn body going on in Friday nights now, but it's great. It's good. I love it for everybody to have something to listen to other than, you know what I'm saying, so we can just check out
this preaching Friday nights is fucking busy. Friday night lights. Holy shit.
It is lit. But yeah, but the GRG podcast is on Friday nights, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, 2 a.m. GMT time. So yeah, man, come and check us out. It is always an honor for people to come through, step through. You know what I'm saying? I love the fact that everybody's out here trying to get their voice out, talk about gaming. It is, you know what I'm saying? I have no ill will towards anyone. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that wanted to hit me up, talk about games, play games, hit me up, man. I'm kind of a person that kind of tends to play games and be to myself. But like Yobi will tell you, man, all you got to do is get me in the party. I'm in there. We can sit there and talk and bullshit the whole time, man. So, but yeah, I really do appreciate it. And so, you know, if you guys have not checked out the podcast, come check me out. And then also, lastly, check me on the next podcast Thursday night with my boy Xbox 448. Which is
as soon as you send that check too.
Yeah. I need that check. Thank you. I need that $25 in nickels and dimes. And you know what I'm saying, for 7 years of work. But
okay, 25,000. Correction.
What? Shit, we gonna go to the sizzle with that anyway. But that, and then of course I stream and I do this thing on Twitch called Fight Night Sundays every Sunday night around 9 p.m. I say 9 p.m. Central. Come check us out. We play Number Fighters. We, you know what I'm saying? It's just a good time. And
this Sunday, it's going to be all King of Fighters, baby. Let's go.
All King of Fighters. It's going to be a blast. So thank you guys so much.
I'm glad you could be here, KMega. You know, since the day I met you, you've always been one of the most stand-up OGs in the community, man. You just on the level, keep it straight. You know what I mean? No BS, really. Just an awesome
Big
guy.
brother right there.
Yeah, thank you,
Absolutely,
man. Appreciate it,
Awesome,
man. Thank
So
you.
much
And I'm
respect.
happy to see what you're doing. I'm loving the channel. It's growing. It's doing good things. And then you're doing other stuff. You're doing that show on Sunday mornings. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
good
saying?
morning,
So,
good
yeah.
morning, Xbox. Yeah, it's a little on the
Yeah.
early side, but hey,
Yeah,
I'm
beautiful.
doing my best to try to stay away from other podcasts.
I know it's hard.
Hey, Nuke,
yeah, man.
Yeah.
I remember that DM I sent you years ago, and I'm just glad that you kept going, bro. And I'm fucking proud of you. Seriously.
Yeah. I remember the one actually when I was thinking about basically packing this shit in. You told me, no, man, just do you, be real, and keep at it.
Yeah, facts, bro. And I'm
That's
glad you
good.
didn't stop,
Glad
man.
you're
Keep
still
it
here.
going.
Yeah, definitely.
I am still here, brother. I'm still here. And speaking of people that are still here, it's the man who brings that comment back to sense. Titan Drago is here. Yes, hanging out with me. Still my co-panel member. I hope to God he doesn't decide he's going to up and leave. Wouldn't be the same without him. But here he is. And if you guys, like I said, if you didn't know, we are still searching for our third panel member. We just haven't made any choices. We're not going to rush into it. We'll do it when we feel the timing is right. But up until then, it's amazing to have all these awesome guests to come on with their opinions and articulation. But Titan Drago, let people know what's happening with you, brother, and where we can catch up with you next.
Yeah, Dragon Heart Yoby's good hanging out with you, man. Always like talking with you.
Always a pleasure, bro. You calmed down through the years, though, Titan. Titan Drago used to be a wow.
Oh, you just need to catch him on some of the podcasts. He gets fired up sometimes. Tonight he was pretty tame in comparison.
Yeah, it was a kind of lighter news week, and nothing fired me up like it usually does.
Right.
But that could change at the flip of a switch, though, right? So
it's a fact. That's
nothing
piss me up before the end of the show, Yoby.
Nothing pisses Titan up more than some Sony BS, and then he gets going.
Right. No, but Xbot, awesome to have him. Yeah, KMega. Last time I remember, you had a different avatar last time. I freaking
Yeah.
I remember your old one, man. I'm about to get a new one, so.
Yeah, I need to get a new one too because everybody was making fun of me about the one because I wasn't even thinking that it kind of looks like Don's, and so I was like, oh shit. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give me another one. It's now I got a beard and everything, so yeah, I got to change mine too. So I'll just
gonna represent the beard now.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna represent the beard now.
How big are we talking on this beard?
Well, now this beard needs a definitely trim. My homeboy looked at it today and says, "Man, what the hell is that on your face, man?" He said it looked like a black cat on your face. I said, "Bro, it's."
He was hating.
Hey, Mega, I've got the perfect graphic for you. You need to get this done. The K, do the K in a big red K like Kellogg's, right?
Okay.
And do the Mega with the Sega font. K Mega, that'd be awesome.
Okay, all right.
Mega.
Just an idea. Yeah, because then you can almost say it. K Mega.
I like it. I will definitely go. I'll hit up somebody and you know what I'm saying, if it ain't my boy who's been doing these things for me, you know what I'm saying, J Dubs. Not the PlayStation stand J Dubs, but you know,
Graphic God.
Graphic God.
That's right.
Yeah. So
I posted this shit earlier in the chat, people.
Yeah, much love.
Yeah, he's the one that's redoing mine and my wife's. Can't wait to see what he comes up with because we gave him total creative control over hers. I had a little bit more of a thought about how I wanted mine, and so I can't wait. I can't wait to see what he's gonna come up with. But it's that time of the show, everybody. It's the biggest part of the show. It's time for the Common Sense Award winner of the week. Yoby, how long has it been, buddy, since you won Common Sense Award, man?
I never won the Common Sense Award.
No, you won it once. I know you won it once.
No, I haven't.
You probably weren't there for the fucking end of the show. I didn't realize you won. No, but this week it's gonna go to Percolator 9000 because when you drop $5 super chat to tell me to shut up and say everyone else what's up, you got balls, man, and I respect that.
So you know what, Titan, we still laugh about Yobi's first appearance on GAD. Remember, because the first time he got on GAD, he was eating some fucking chips or something. Whatever the hell it was. And for like minutes, all you could hear was this crunching in the background.
I was eating no bubblegum, man. My bad.
That drove Mag nutty.
What the fuck?
He's like, what the fuck is that?
Oh my god, it was
My
too
bad,
good.
my bad.
Nah, man, those are the moments that make these podcasts priceless. You don't apologize for that. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
That's great.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Till
you
next
bet.
week, everybody. Let's be a little bit more like Percolator and bring the common back to sense.
All right, guys. You know where to find me, always in the gutter. But when I'm not here hanging out with Titan Drago and company, you can find me on Sunday mornings. It is Good Morning Xbox. It is the PG or family-oriented version of Noof Nukem and podcasting. Yes, where we talk about mostly Xbox-centric topics. And find me over there. That is 9 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. Look forward to seeing you in the chat. Again, thanks to the chat. Amazing people here tonight, like Chase Jones, The Wise Old Gamer, Draven Arrow, Spider-Man 356, Ryan Galloway. My man, the list goes on here tonight. Amazing people in the chat. Thank you so much for the love and support. We had over 60 here tonight. John 907, Dreadpool. Oh, man, you guys are awesome. Six Slayer, Nix. Jesse
Legend.
Darby, Kyle and Milo, Ham Solo, Gone Mad. The list goes on. Spider-Man 356. You guys know who you are. Timothy Dixon, Doggy Dog. Amazing people. You guys, thank you so much. We'll see you back here again next week. This was this is a rarity for us because we normally don't have this many people on a panel for Gaming After Dark, but it was a lot of fun. Our guests were incredible tonight, as I figured they would be. Make sure, like I said, you go follow them on Twitter, catch up with their shows and their content, and on all that good stuff. And until then, we'll see you guys all again next Tuesday. Take care, everybody.
Peace, love, life.
Peace.